Hey guys, it's September the 8th, at my yard, by myself again, trying this without my son. I think I have a steadier hand, even though it's just me and my yard and me and my yard and my arm and my iPhone. But anyway, I want to show you, I don't know if you can see my shirt. Let me see if I can show it to you. I stole this idea from a guy. I thought it was so cute on one of the lawn care Facebook sites, and I thought that was so cute, and I ordered it off Amazon. But anyway, I want to do one last walkthrough through my yard, probably my last one. I have a couple things I'm going to say later on about getting my lawn ready for fall. But I just kind of want to show you, I started out this season, my first video for this season was either the last week of March or the first week of April. And I showed you how my yard was the ugliest yard in the whole neighborhood. And I told you, I said, pretty soon things will change, and they have. And that was basically just because of good cultural practices. And I finally got that word right. All this time I've been saying good cultivating practices. And everybody has been so nice to me on YouTube. Nobody has made fun of any of my words that I've said, my things that I've said wrong, and there were some other things I catch myself later on and say, oh my God, that's the wrong word. Anyway, nobody's ever come on and given me a hate comment or anything. I'm sure it's coming. It's probably because I'm a little fish in a big pond. But anyway, good cultural practices. So here it is, September 8th, okay. It's been a drought. I'm assuming it's a drought here. I'm in Louisiana. All week we've had temperatures exceeding 100 degrees. It's been brutal. I was out here Saturday mowing, and for several hours I was working my yard, and I finally at 104 I just gave it up and went inside, which I was done anyway. But anyway, it's tough. Now I'm organic. You know, if you watch my videos, you've seen that I am an organic person. And I just want to show you my yard, and I want to show you how the most important things that you need to be thinking about to give you a yard that's like mine, green in the middle of this heat, are mowing, watering, and apps, which is the least important. I want to just kind of briefly talk to you about all three. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around now and just kind of show you my grass while I'm talking about a couple of these things, and just tell you the most important thing you need to do. Now, I am Centipede, but the things I'm saying are going to be applicable to a lot of other grasses, especially southern grasses, and I was about saying summer grasses. I don't know where I got that from. I started that ever since I've been doing videos for the last 2 years. I've been saying summer grasses. Nobody's corrected me, so everybody's been so nice to me. So thank you for that. So let me turn my phone around and kind of show you my grass, and we'll talk. Okay, I'm never out here, it seems like, at the perfect time for the sun. I think they say the sun should be behind you at a certain time of day, and I never seem to make it out here at the time that makes my yard look the best. But anyway, okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is mowing. All right, now, anything you read will tell you that Centipede needs to be mowed between 1 and 2 inches, HOC. I've never in my life cut my Centipede between 1 and 2 inches, okay? I've always kept my Centipede high. Now, after if you're like me, if you ever have to do a dethatching job, and if you're like me, if you do it, which most people don't, manually with one of those dethatching rakes, you'll be real cognizant about your height of cut after that, okay? Because last season I had to do that. I dethatched, and so I said this season I was going to try to lower my height of cut. So I did, and I lowered it to, the lowest I went this season was 2.5 inches, okay? Generally, now in the summer I raised it to 3 inches, and be honest with you, 3.5 a lot of the time, and to be brutally honest, probably 4 inches, but that was just when, like I'd been on vacation, okay? I don't generally mow it that high, but basically, my height of cut I have kept between 2.5 and 3 inches, or I've tried to keep it at that, okay? Because I have found, in my experience, when you have a taller height of cut, you have advantages. For example, the higher the grass, the deeper you're going to drive your roots, okay? I have a good, pretty solid root system, pretty deep. The grass blades are gonna shade out the weeds. There's a competition between grass and weeds. So if the grass blades shade out the sun, that's going to prevent those weeds from popping up so readily. And I hand pull my broadleaf weeds. And every year I found since I've gone organic, I have fewer and fewer to pull up. Okay, so I've seen beautiful centipede lawns that have been high to cut 1.5. I've even seen people cut it at 0.75. But for me, also another advantage of keeping your height of cut high is moisture. When you have when you have such a higher cut, it's going to seal in that moisture. It's going to lock it in. I can pull back my blades of grass in the middle of summer, and it's moist down there. So that's just another advantage. Okay, mowing also. I change my directions every time I mow. I go either if I mow parallel, like say to my sidewalk right here. The next time I'm going to mow perpendicular, horizontal to it. Okay, the next time I'm going to go diagonal from this side to my ornamental grass. Well, it used to be ornamental grass bed till that asparagus stuff took over. So I got a little bit of ornamental grass over there. But anyway, the next time I'm going to go diagonal from that way to this way over here, okay? So that's pretty much, I just switch up my cut. And also I use a manual mower that's not heavy on my turf. Centipede grass does not like heavy traffic. And plus I'm in soil that's a lot of clay in it, gets compacted easily. So I found that once I quit using such a heavy mower, that made my centipede grass, it improved the aesthetics of my grass. Okay, so that's mowing. Watering. Generally, centipede grass likes 1 inch of water per week, but down here in the south, when, like I say, in last week, the heat index has been 105 all week, above 100 all week long. I raise my, I put more water out. I make it, I put out 1.5 inches of water approximately per week. Okay, and then here's my rain gauge I got off Amazon right there. And I mean, that's not exact. So, but you want to go above 1 inch of water when it's the summer, when it's the heat of summer, just like you want to raise your height of your cut in the when the temperatures are that extreme. And then I divide that into like 3 days. Every 3 days I water and just make sure the total is around 1.5 inches for the week. Okay, applications. Like I said, when I was out here at the end of March or 1st of April, whatever it was, I was just raking up dead grass, okay, because I had such a thick, dense turf at that time that the sun couldn't get to my grass. Okay, so while everybody else's grass was green, 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 and mine was ugly, it was crunchy. Every time I took a step, you could hear it. It was like straw. It's slow to come up, but it finishes strong when you use organics, especially, and when you have good cultural practices. Okay, the only thing I put out was I wait till June. You want to wait? You want to wait till after green up before you put. Thank you. Good grade. Put any apps down. For me, I don't generally put anything down till June, and I never think to give a close up on my grass. So. Oh, that's that Bermuda. But anyway, and look, it looks bad. Oh, I know what that is because I mowed so high. You can see that dead grass. Maybe I don't need to do a close up. But anyway, apps. I only put organics out. I put one out this year. It was the first time I ever put a spoma out. It was chicken feathers, stuff like that. So it sounded like something that was in our granny off Beverly Hillbillies, one of her recipes of cooking. But when you put that organic food out, it's slow release. So somebody asked me, in fact, my neighbors over here asked me the other day, how was your yard so green? And I said, well, really, it must be the organics because they'll take like 2 to 6 weeks to work generally. They're slow acting. Like I said, everybody else's yard looks so beautiful in March and April, and mine, was still brown. But if you look around the neighborhood now, things have changed, okay? My fertilizers are still going, and cultural practices are keeping my yard beautiful. Now, I probably should be out here a different time of day. Seems like I never can get out here till sunset, and it probably doesn't look as good. But anyway, what else I need? Oh, the only thing I put out other than that, something new this year is humic acid. I told you that's something new I'm trying this year. So basically, that's the only thing you really need to be worrying about is getting your mow right, keeping your water right, adjusting it to the temperature when it's extremes in summer. If you're in a place like where I am, in Louisiana, the heating index gets so high. Got to watch your pH. Centipede wants a pH between 5.5 and 6. Got to watch that. And that's pretty much it. And this is September, and my grass will probably stay green for, I don't know, maybe a good another month or two. And I won't add anything else but maybe humic acid. I might maybe put one more app of humic acid. I will do another soil test just to see the state of the turf. Just for comparative purposes. You don't really have to do them that often, because I did one earlier in I did a video on that. But I just want to do that for my own curiosity to see, because I've been trying to get my pH. If you have a specific problem, you might want to do a test once or twice a year. I've never done one twice a year before. Some people say you don't have to do one but once every 5 years. Depends on what you're doing. If you got a specific issue, maybe you know more frequently with that. But anyway, good cultural practices instead of cultivating practices is what I've been saying all year. It's how you can have a beautiful yard when everybody else's might have beat you to it, but you'll end strong. It's not quite as green as yours. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time in the lawn. Yard mama.